What's good, Commanders fans? Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday and a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody ate well, ate good, had high vibrational plates yesterday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. About the playoff race, man. Hey, look, it's game by game, but this game is a big game. It is, because if we win this game and we beat the Giants, I think we jump ahead of them in the wild card race. I think they will be out of the playoffs, and we basically take their spot in the playoffs, because they're dwindling right now. Now, they did play hard yesterday against the Cowboys. I got to give them their credit. They jumped out to an early lead. I thought they got kind of cheated from that touchdown they got in the beginning. Brian Dable was pissed off yesterday losing to the Cowboys from that call. Not saying they would have won the game if they would have got that call, but I think they would have had a better chance and more momentum, because they were up, 10-0, something like that. It was like 7-3-0. 10-0, Darius Slayton, Moss, Anthony Brown. So the Giants are still not a joke, so I'm not sleeping on it. I'm not looking ahead either. So we got to focus on the Falcons. Storylines for this week. Rest in peace to the legend Sean Taylor. They are going to be unveiling his statue before the game. So if you guys are going to that, just let me know how that is. I know last year they did the Sean Taylor celebration, unveiling his number and stuff like that on the field. And I think it was the Ring of Honor. They kind of rushed it. We'll see how they do it this year, but Sean Taylor, we already know how good he was. The scoop and score against the Eagles, the big hits on T.O., the big hits on Patrick Creighton, Chad Ochocinco, Randy Moss. What was the guy from the Eagles? Freddie Mitchell, I think that's his name, had snake arms or alligator arms every time he saw Sean Taylor. So Sean Taylor was a beast. The hit on the punter, we love Sean Taylor. He's a legend, man. I got the Sean Taylor emoji if you're a channel member as well. That's my guy. Rest in peace, Sean Taylor. So I hope they do that right. Also, the defensive line is paying for John Ridgway's fine when he did suplex Dameon Pierce. I did my studs and duds. I said it was a silly play, but hey, I like it. I like it, and I don't like it at the same time. I don't like the penalty, but I like the mindset, what he's thinking. He's got that dog in him where he's going to suplex somebody and knock somebody out. So I do like that. I just don't like the penalty. He did have the silly penalty on the field goal against the Vikings. So he's got to be smarter. He's got to be smarter and not work harder. So I do like John Ridgway. John Ridgway's been a great addition for the team, claiming him off waivers, 5th round pick, the Dallas cut. So I have nothing against John Ridgway. I think he's done a respectable, a great, commendable job as a commander. And it's so cool that Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, John Allen are picking up his fine, so are part of his fine. So that's awesome, man. And that shows the camaraderie of this defensive line, how they're playing together, man. This D-line is just hungry. They're playing nasty football. They're playing football. They're playing playoff football. This defensive line is nasty right now. John Allen, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat, Chase Young's questionable, so we'll see how he comes in. F.A. Obata, J. Smith-Williams, Casey Toohill, all the guys right now. They're playing good football. They're playing really good football. Let's get to the injury report here. Ben St. Juste is out, man. That's a big loss. It is. Rashad Wildgoose is going to have to step up. Danny Johnson's going to have to step up. Kendall Fuller's going to have to play like he did last week and against the Vikings, against the Packers. Kendall Fuller's going to have to keep it up, man. Drake London, he's no slouch. He's a rookie. A lot of people, I remember I didn't really want to draft Drake London. I didn't say he was a bad player, but I just know when we draft guys that can't separate, and it looks like he has been separated. He leads the league in contested catches as a rookie, but us, for what we needed a wide receiver that can separate. Jahan's done a good job, barring other than the injuries. Jahan has done a good job. He's has 4 touchdowns, and he's been impactful. He was a big reason we won that Jaguars game, and he's had a couple good games. But Drake London, I just didn't like the fit here. I think we just needed a wide receiver with separation. But all that said, Ben St. Juste, he would be guarding Drake London in my opinion, and we got to limit him. We got to contain Drake London. But him being out, other guys just got to step up. You know, Bobby McCain, he's playing slot wide receiver, a slot corner now because of the change. Derek Forrest is going to be, he's playing safety, and now Bobby McCain is playing slot. So, Bobby McCain's got to step up as well. Cole Holcomb is going to be out. He's on injury reserve, so he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks with the foot injury. They just said they didn't like where he was at, so he's on injury reserve. So, I mean, they've been playing well without him. I'm not going to say they're playing better without him, but they're playing well without him. Jamin Davis is playing well. Ballstick he's doing what he has to do. He's doing what he has to do. David Mayo, same thing. So the defense is playing really well. We're playing 3 safeties at the same time. 3 safety look, Cam Curl, Bobby McCain, Derek Forrest. So that's just what we've had to do out there. So other guys got to step up. Logan Thomas is questionable. Chase Young is questionable. We'll see if he plays or not. Like I said, I wouldn't rush him back. I just think they're playing really good football. You don't want to mess with success. I do think he can definitely add and impact the game for sure. But the guys are just playing good football. So, look, I mean, I think he can come in and help for sure. But whatever formula, whatever's working is working, man, right now with these guys. You know, it is what it is on that part. But I'm rooting for Chase, and I think he can be impactful for sure. He can force a fumble, bat down a pass, get a pressure, get a sack for sure. Looking for him to make impact plays. Heineke was on the injury report. He's going to play, of course. Tyler Larson's going to play. On the other side of the football, the Falcons, they don't really have a long injury list. Felipe Franks, questionable. He's a tight end. He was a quarterback before. Caleb Huntley, their running back's questionable. Arnold Ekebiti, he's questionable. Chuma Edoga, their offensive lineman, their left guard, he's questionable, so we'll see if he plays. Cordarrelle Patterson was on the list. He was limited with rest. Do not kick the football to Cordarrelle Patterson. Joey Slye, do not kick the ball. Touchbacks all day. I think it's supposed to rain. There's supposed to be like a quarter inch of rain on Sunday from what I've heard. If you guys are going, please be loud, please be lit. I know it's going to be a lot of fun because we're winning games now. We're 6-5, so we're hyped right now. After beating the Eagles, we won the last 4 out of 5 games, the last 5 out of 6 games. So I know the crowd's going to be loud. I know there's going to be a good amount of Falcons fans in there, but we got to be loud. We got to get a false start or something. We got to be loud where they can't hear the snap count at all. Where they got to have a silent snap count. So the crowd, we got to be lit. We got to be loud in there for sure. That's their injury list. Not much, but of course, before we get into the keys, this is part of the keys to victory as well. Now, betting in Maryland is now legal. It's now legal, guys. So shout out to Prize Picks. The episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It's super easy. You pick 2 to 5 players. Now 2 to 6 players. You use the link in the description down below. My promo code is RealEdOliver. So use that link down below. Download the app. Use my promo code RealEdOliver. You get a $50 deposit match. They match you for $100. $100 deposit match. Super easy. So my picks for the game on Sunday, Taylor Heineke, the over-under is 210 passing yards, 210 and a half. I'm going to go with the over because the Falcons' pass defense is pretty darn bad. It's not good at all. They do have A.J. Terrell, who's a good corner, but he hasn't been good this year. They're 29th in passing yards allowed. They're 28th in completion percentage allowed. They're 24th in opponent passer rating as well. So you got to feed Terry. Also, another over-under that I picked is Terry McLaurin, 60 and a half receiving yards. I'm going with the over. So I'm going on the over with Taylor Heineke passing yards. I'm going with the over on Terry McLaurin's receiving yards at 60 and a half. So I got Terry getting like 80 receiving yards at least. Then I got Taylor getting like 250 passing yards. Is that the formula to success all the time? Taylor getting 200-something passing yards? It's not always a success because we have an identity now, which is running the football, taking the clock, taking time off the clock, time of possession, playing ugly old school football. That is our philosophy and that's our identity. If we lose that way, it is what it is. I'd rather lose that way because I know that we're sticking to what we do best. Not trying to drop back 50 times and throw the football, 7-step drop backs like we were with Carson Wentz and losing football games. And it's not Carson Wentz's fault. Let's get the keys to victory real quick. Run the football, man. Got to run the football. The Falcons are 21st in rushing yards allowed. We got to run the football. That's our bread and butter. We're 6th in rushing yards, so we got to contain the run. We got to stop the run. We got to contain them. I'm not going to say we're going to stop the run, but we got to contain the run. We're 6th in rushing yards allowed. We're doing a great job of stopping the run. Now Marcus Mariota, he's a running quarterback. They got a good running back in Tyler Alligar. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. Algier, Cordarrelle Patterson. He's a running back / wide receiver out there. So they run the football a lot. They're ranked 2nd in rushing attempts. So they're looking to run the football. They're 2nd in rushing yards and they're 2nd in rushing attempts in the league. That shows you how much they run the football. There's going to be a lot of design runs with Marcus Mariota, jet sweeps, everything you can name it. They're going to run it almost like the Navy Academy, almost like the Naval Academy. They're looking to run the football. They're not looking to throw the ball. They're looking to run the football. So John Allen, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat, Ridgeway, all these guys, F.A. Obata, they got to step up and stop the run. Got to be ready for that. Limit big plays. Like I said, Ben St-Juste out. We got to step up. Drake London. Their receivers aren't big name guys, but they can hurt you. Zacchaeus. Alameda. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names today. Olamide Zacchaeus. Demir Bird. Frank Darby. Don't sleep on these guys. We've let 3rd string and 4th string wide receivers beat us before, like Noah Brown from the Cowboys and the guy from the Titans. Ishmael Wright beat us down for like 50-yard catches. So we got to limit big plays for sure. Turnover battle, obviously. Taylor Heineke, relax in the 4th quarter because this is going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to come down who makes the least mistakes, who makes the least coaching mistakes. I got to get back to that. Ron Rivera, challenges, clock management, 4th down decision making before halftime and at the end of the game. How are you handling the clock? Are you using your timeouts to be aggressive and at least get a field goal before halftime or even a touchdown to put points on the board? It's going to be on Ron Rivera. Are you challenging at the right time? We're wearing the black uniforms, which I don't like because we're 0-2 in the black unis. But the last time we wore him, he did a terrible challenge on a 3rd and 1 where Taylor Heineke got stopped for the first down, but it was an unnecessary challenge, and it came back to bite us in the butt because we only had like, one timeout left in the game or 2 timeouts. Really, we had no timeouts left in the game where we could have used them against the Vikings, but it got burned because of a bad challenge by Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, too slow to throw the challenge flag against the Eagles, and he's done. I think he's improving with that, but he is what he is with clock management. And Riverboat Ron, we're going to get aggressive Ron in this game. Touchdowns, not field goals. I think that's the key to victory too, because the Falcons score. They can put points up. They're not the Texans. They can score the football. They are able to move the football. It might not be pretty, but they play smash mouth football and they run the football. They are effective moving the ball up and down the field for sure. So touchdowns, not field goals. Are we going to go for it? It's on Ron. I'm okay if he wants to be aggressive. It just depends on the setting. Got to have situational and game awareness. A lot of the keys to victory in this one are really on Ron Rivera, in my opinion. Just his decision-making challenges, 4th downs and whatnot, stuff like that. Do not kick it to Cordarrelle Patterson. I already talked about that. Offensive line's got to hold up for Heineke. Now, Heineke, on his pressures, only 27% of his pressures turn into sacks. That shows his mobility, his escapability, and his way to extend plays. Now, the Falcons' defensive line, they only have 17 sacks on the year. They're 28th in sacks. So the offensive line's got to step up. Leno, Norwell, Trey Turner, Lucas, Cosme. Guys got to step up and play big. Tyler Larson, no botch snaps. No throwing the ball over Heineke's head. Start fast and jump out to an early lead. The Falcons are good in the first quarter. They're ranked 9th in 4.9 points per game in the first quarter. We're ranked 27th with 2.5. I know it's not a crazy difference, but the Falcons, they do start fast. They do. When they win games, they start out fast. And the way we play, we have to have a lead and keep running the football and building that lead and burn the clock. That's how we win football games. So we got to stick to that. Contain the run game. I already talked about that. Get interior pressure on Marcus Mariota. They've had a carousel at that left guard position. The center position is not great with Drew Dalman. The other guy who's playing right now, his name is Chume Adoga. He's okay, but John Allen, Deron Payne should win that matchup for sure. Their offensive line has been pretty darn bad this year as well. They've given a good amount of pressures and sacks on Marcus Mariota as well. We're 11th in sacks right now. So force a turnover. Derek Force, can you force another turnover? He's been hot with getting turnovers. Same thing, Bobby McCain, Cameron Crowe. Can we force a turnover? Can we force a fumble? Can we get a strip fumble? John Allen, Deron Payne. Can we get a strip fumble? Can we force a turnover on Marcus Mariota? Protect area. Heineke already talked about that. Falcons D-line is ranked 30th in PFF. They're the worst ranked defensive line right now in football. So we got to protect them. We got to run the football. Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, and also feed Terry McLaurin. I already talked about that. Get Curtis Samuel in space, and let's open up the playbook. Get Jahan involved. We have not got Jahan Dotson involved at all. They're 29th in passing yards allowed. They're 20th. I already talked about how bad they are defending the pass. So can we get Jahan Dotson involved? But like I said, our keys to victory are very similar each week. Run the football, manage the clock, time of possession. We got to win that. Joey Sly make your kicks. He's been doing a great job, knock on wood, kicking the football, no turnovers. The Falcons kicker, Younghoe Koo, he's a decent kicker, but we can't kick the ball to Cordarrelle Patterson. It's going to be a nasty, ugly game, which is perfect for us. Ugly, old-school football, running the football. Got to stop Marcus Mariota. He struggles passing the ball, but he can still hurt you, though. Don't sleep on Marcus Mariota. So run the football. Tough defense. John Allen, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat, Chase Young is back. Those guys, the D-line, just relying on them. Ugly smash-mouth football. It's going to be an ugly game. I think it's going to be 20-17. I think we get the victory. Now, it's a coin flip. I don't like the black unis. Chase Young coming back. We'll see how he fits in the mix, how many snaps he's going to get. So it's really a toss-up game. It really is. We're favored by 4 points, which is rare to see us being favored, but who cares? I got us going. I got to finish like this, okay? Gibson's going to have a good game. B-Rob's going to have a good game. I think we're going to have a solid game running the football. I think Terry's going to have a good game as well, but it's just going to come down to that last quarter. I think it's going to be 20-10, and then they're going to score a touchdown. Then we get stopped again, and it's going to come down to that final drive, and I think Derek Forrest gets a game-sealing interception to finish at 20-17. All right, you guys let me know what you guys think. We'll be 7-5, and then we play the Giants back-to-back. It's huge, man. It's huge. 2 big games. If we can win this and then beat the Giants back-to-back, which I think is totally doable, we'll be 9-5, man, which is crazy. But like I said, I don't want to look too far ahead. But I got us winning this game. An ugly one, 20-17. Derek Forrest ends the game with an interception. All right, guys. Hell's Commanders. Peace.